Hello there guys, it's Stephen here back with another video. How are you all doing? I hope you've had a wonderful weekend. I had a very quiet one. I wasn't quiet at all actually. A very nice getaway in the Trossachs in Scotland. It was beautiful, so no videos. It's been a bit quiet anyway, but I'm going to be talking about transfers today. But before I do that, I want to say thank you to my latest sponsor, Unibet. Really good, a fantastically written transfer blog over there. Go and give that a check out over there in the description. There's a link below me right on the screen now. Not on the screen, literally below me down there. Unibet are kindly sponsoring my videos for the next couple of weeks, and they're very, very, very good. All their articles are absolutely fantastic. I know a couple of Blues that write for him, including Stephen Tudor, a very decent bloke and a very good City friend of mine. Go and check out his article in the link in the description below. They're very good. Help support this channel. Help support a very good blog as well. What's not to love and like about that collaboration? Also, I want to say thank you to my latest Patreon. Where's he gone? Where have you gone, Braden? Braden Bloom. What a name you've got there, Braden Bloom. Thank you for getting involved and supporting me on Patreon. Patreon.com/Esteemed Kompany. If you too want to get involved and help support this channel, help it grow into something bigger and more beautiful, fingers crossed. But today I've got loads of transfer news, so I'm going to talk about a few things, in particular a little bit about Cancelo, Delph, as you can see below me, Muric. But before that, I want to talk about a latest wonder kid signing. Yet that term is bandied about a lot. I'm not going to go there so far, but this guy's pretty good apparently. Now, according to some reports, we've signed a young lad, an England under-17 international called Morgan Rogers. He's 16 years old. Some reports early this morning suggested it was around 8 million from the Sun, but he looks like he's actually around 4 million potentially, climbing to that fee. He's a West Brom player, and he looks really, really promising. Now, he's actually made his debut already for West Brom. He was called into the squad last season. What game was it? Let me just double check. But all I know is that he's seen as a really highly rated prospect. Yeah, he made his debut, when was it? Against Brighton Hove Albion as an 82nd minute substitute back in February. That's how highly rated he is. I think he might have only been 15 then. No, he would have been 16 then. He turned 17 in about 2 weeks, so my maths was off there. But either way, he's really, really highly rated. He scored a ton of goals for England under-17s. He scored a ton of goals for West Brom as youth teams as well. He's very highly rated. Now, I asked around some people who know a lot more about this, including a few people on Twitter. One guy that I know, and I won't know names, but just knows a lot about youth football, said, this guy's good. This guy's really good, like incredibly talented, very skillful, seen as the real deal. Another one, Chelsea Youth, who's a Twitter account at Chelsea Youth, a very, very knowledgeable account dedicated to youth football, mainly Chelsea, but this guy just knows his stuff in general. He said, at his best, he's a left winger coming inside, but he's got two very good feet and great balance, so you can't show him either way. Plus, he's a big kid who'll bully you if he needs to. I watched a video that he linked to as well, which you can go and find it on my link to my Twitter thing, tweet a post about it. And I saw a first half hat-trick he scored for England under-17s against Belgium, and the goals were just brilliant. First time finishes, really good skill. One left foot rocket in top corner, one kind of Sancho-esque cutting in from the right. He seems a very tidy player, and I like him a lot. He actually once scored 4 in a game for West Brom's under-23s against Norwich back in March or April, something like that. And this is a guy who's only 16 years old. He looks very, very promising. Some people have said he's the best English-born player in the 2002 generation. Basically, we've got someone else, someone who's a bit special here. Now, of course, he won't be involved in the first time anytime soon. I suspect at 17, when he does sign, he'll go into the under-18s, most likely the EDS team, the under-23s. City do push them quite early, so he'll be playing lots of games at that level. And if he proves himself, who knows, maybe he could be around the first season. The season after that, maybe if he proves himself at that level, he could get the odd Carabao Cup game. Who knows how far he could go. But it's nice to see us still signing these young players. And 4 million for West Brom is a shame that we do hoover up this talent for these clubs, these smaller clubs. But 4 million for a kid, it isn't a bad deal at all, if we're being honest. I'm looking forward to see how he develops. I didn't go to as many games for the academy last year as I would have liked to, but, you know, it's just for various reasons in terms of a change in living accommodation, all that kind of stuff. I'm doing my girlfriend Nicola. I got less time to go to games, but next season I really want to go to, so I'll be interested to see how he gets on. One player who won't be in next season is also hugely highly rated, Aro Muric. Now, he was very good last season in the run to the Carabao Cup final. Obviously, didn't get the game in the end. Edison chosen there, which is understandable. But Aro has shown to many people how good a player he is. I really like Muric. I think he's fantastic. In another era, he'd be honestly tipped to be number 1 at City, and he might still be there, but He's got that freak of nature, Ederson, ahead of him. But what I love about Muric is his general just demeanour, his confidence, his authority. He's very much a young Ederson in that way. And he's just signed a new contract until 2024, which is fantastic. Also, by the way, I forgot to mention in the previous one, the Morgan Rogers thing. Apparently, it was actually cheeky Briggenstein himself who confirmed that transfer, not just on the academy ones. It was actually himself, which is interesting. I forgot about that. And what reminded me is that Cheeky's actually said about Aro Muric. Aro is a fantastic prospect and is a very bright future at the club. His attitude, focus, and calmness has impressed everyone at Manchester City. Aro Muric himself had this to say about the extension. Extending my current deal with City by a further 3 years is incredible and an honour for me. I want to be the best I can under Pep Guardiola, and I'm learning from the very best in the business with Ederson and Claudio Bravo at the club. And immediately after that, he's gone on loan to Nottingham Forest. He said going on loan to Nottingham Forest will give him the opportunity to gain more first-team experience, and I'm looking forward to the challenge. Now, he was obviously going to get some first-team experience last year at NEC, I think it was, until he was called back, given the series injury for Bravo. We got a bit of Manchester City, but I think he is ready to play regularly now. A lot of people have said, why is he not going to a team that passes it out from the back? And I don't really think he needs to do that. He spent like 10 years of his life doing that. He's totally comfortable. What he needs to learn is just the horrible stuff, the real character testing stuff. Show if you can actually come and claim for crosses. Show if you can deal with being peppered at shots. Show if you can deal with a niggly, tough, elbowing centre forward. He wouldn't really get that as much over in the Eredivisie. He could play at a better level maybe, but I think he needs to learn the English way a little bit. He's not going to forget overnight how to pass it around. He's not going to forget how to be a ball-playing goalkeeper. He's got that. He's very comfortable with that already. But what he needs to show now is he actually do it in an environment where every game matters. The Championship is such a tough league. Honestly, it's an incredibly tough league. There's so many good teams there, so many good players, so many experienced, wily professionals. There's a lot of money there as well, and a lot of big crowds. The Championship is a fantastic league, and I think for Muric now, this is a huge step. I can see a future for Muric where maybe he does very well. We actually loan him out for 2 or 3 years to a big club somewhere for a fee. And then he actually comes back well in the future. Because I don't think City will ever sell him. But I think at the same time, he's got a long way to wait to get ahead of Ederson. But I still think City really see him as like a genuine 5-star prospect. It's just like Ederson is that good. And he's also very young as well. Muric is really highly rated. I think we just have to be patient with him. Hopefully, he'll get into the team of the season or something in the Championship and prove everyone just how good he is. Good luck to Muric at Nottingham Forest. Delph, lots of rumours going around about Delph. He was linked to, I think it was from Turkish sides a while. And now the latest rumours, and this has come from, who is it again? Chris Bascombe, who's come from, what paper is he from? He's from the Merseyside Football Report for the Telegraph. Chris Bascombe has said that Everton are in for Fabian Delph. It could be Delph every weekend for Everton, and do you know what? He'd be a decent little signing for them. It would be, a good option. Delph hasn't got a chance of getting any football next season, in my humble opinion. Not that he's not a decent player. It's just that now you look at left back, we've got Mendy, Angelino, and Zinchenko. He's 4th choice there. Now look at central midfield, we've got Rodri, Fernandinho, and Gundogan will be ahead of him. He's 4th choice there as well. He's getting a bit older. He fell out of favour last season. He's got no chance. Someone like Everton, maybe for 15 million, would be a great shout for him. Somewhere where he can go, get regular game time, and be quite reliable for them, I presume. If he goes, good luck to him. But I think his future is definitely elsewhere, and he needs to move on now. And one player who could move on to come to Manchester City is Joao Cancelo. He's probably the last big one that we're after, really. I think we might get centre-back. Maybe we'll go for centre-back. But Cancelo is the one I really want. I don't know, I'm just really excited by this idea of this transfer. And Gazzetta Italia reporting today that City have upped our offer to around 50 million plus a handful of easy bonuses that could take up to 55 million euros. According to the Gazzetta, who knows if it will be accepted? Thank you very much for that informative stuff there, Gazzetta. I think City are in for Cancelo. It might be a little bit later in the window. Apparently, Sarri's given the all clear for Cancelo to go, which is bizarre, because I thought he'd suit that style very, very well. But I like Cancelo for the reasons I've outlined in other videos. I like the idea that he could provide us something a little bit different in terms of his style. He's definitely more attack-minded than Kyle Walker. He's very much more in the Alvarez mode in terms of right wing back and full back. And I think Guardiola would love having someone that intelligent and that bombarding and that skillful going forward. I think it gives another option to break teams down. I like Danilo. I think he's very good. And if Danilo happens to be all right back for next season, back up, I would not be upset either. But I think Cancelo is a bit of an upgrade on that. A very exciting fullback. It could be, maybe be the best right back in the world one day. And for that reason alone, I would like him at Manchester City. And I don't think that's an unfair fee either, around 50 million euros. I think he's that good. Genuinely, and I think Juventus like him. It's just they're obviously trying to offload some players to save some funds. So that's it for today, really. Morgan Rogers there, a really exciting young player that we're signing. There's always these young players coming in. There's loads more little bits of rumours going around today as well, like Sporting Lisbon link up, and Zach Steffen's gone to not Dortmund, Dusseldorf, I think it was, Fortuna, on loan. Is it Dusseldorf? It might be. He's gone on loan to Germany to try and further his career there, and there's some stuff about Carrera and the Sporting Lisbon link up and whatever. There's also some shots as well. Some of the U players have been around the first team, including the likes of Eric Garcia, Taylor Harwood-Bellis, who's a really good young centre-back, and then the likes of Bernabe and all that lot who train with the first team, which I'm looking forward to. A week today, I think, tomorrow is the first preseason game. But it's been a bit quiet on that front. I'm hoping we'll sign a couple more players just because it's fun to talk about it all. But if not, I think we've got a very good squad and we should be very, very happy. Guys, that is my update for today. Let me know what you want me to talk about in tomorrow's video. Once again, go and check out Unibet. Just trust me, just click that link. It's huge. It'd be massive for me if you don't mind doing that. You don't have to go on it. I'm not promoting the gambling side of it, just the blog side of it. Subscribe if you're new to this channel. If you want to get involved in the Patreon, as all these guys have done here, patreon.com/Esteemed Company. Go and check out any of the other videos from last week, including what we could learn from Rodri. What we can expect from Rodri next year that I did with David Carlish from the ESPN. And I'll see you very, very soon. In a bit, guys.